this thing on. Was crack-a-lacking. What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be playing some Warzone. Making sure our sheep don't fucking dump. As you can see here on the screen, we got our Bitcoin up. We got our ETH up. We got our Cardano up. Our Dogecoin up. Our SHIB. And our Nervos network. That's one that I've been following along for a while now. I shot. Got that fucker. Killed that fucker. Killed that fucker. I got killed by a fucker. So I think earlier last night, it might have been the night before, it actually dropped down below. Well, she did drop down below to that 4.9 range. Panicked. Of course I panicked. I didn't panic sell. Just regular panic. And if you panic sell, that's where you fuck up. Why is everything green? What we should have did was sell when it was in that 7 range. I mean, I watched it hit 8, 9, but I did not have a functioning cell phone. Unfortunately for me, I sent my SHIB to Voyager, which pros of that is they give you APY interest on whatever SHIB that you're holding, but the cons is that there's no fucking desktop app. I can't access my SHIBs or do anything about my SHIBs if my phone is out of service, or in my case broken. Fuck. So there's some pros to the Voyager app. I mean, not a lot of apps, not a lot of exchanges are even accepting SHIB, taking SHIB, whatever. Not a lot of apps that you can send SHIB to and from. And nobody wants to have to deal with the whole MetaMask bullshit every single time you want to transact your SHIB. Voyager does make it pretty cheap to do so. Get the bag. I would like to get a little YouTube account going where I could just do trades live and, you know, either make it or break it live and let y'all see my process or my lack thereof. Ooh, what the fuck? Got lit up. Fuck. I think that's it for me. Frick. I got goulaged. So I mean, yeah, so far it's pretty sturdy. We watched Bitcoin and ETH hit all-time highs. Good shit. Were we holding it? Well, yeah, we're always holding some ETH, so. But we're also always waiting on that gas price to go down a little bit. Because we got coins that we want to get. For example, the other night, I was eyeballing this Pink Panther. And, gas was high, but whenever it climbed back down, that's when I started experiencing difficulties with my MetaMask and Uniswap. You want to have those difficulties figured out before it's time to trade, before gas is low. Because if you wait and you start having difficulties, man, that is some bullshit. So yeah, I couldn't grab the Pink Panther. Watched it go 600% within that 24 hours. I don't even want to know how I feel about that. I feel pretty lousy. I don't feel good about that. I mean, I feel good that I was watching it on the ball a little bit, but not all the way. And this is a ball that requires all the way behavior. Another topic that I guess we should cover is NFTs. How many of y'all know what NFTs are? How many of y'all have had people try to tell y'all about NFTs and you decided to be difficult? Just not believe. Here's one I get a whole lot. It's a scam. It's money laundering. The blockchain is all public. So if somebody was really trying to do that, they'd have to go up against all the nerds that are looking through the blockchain and verifying all this stuff. For example, man, I seen there was one person that put a coded a script into their NFTs that would, once it's in your wallet, it would airdrop you other NFTs from this person's collection. So let's say, for example, Snoop Dogg bought one of your NFTs. Now that's already hype. That's already a good day. But as someone selling NFTs, it would be even more hype if Snoop Dogg had bought, let's say, 10 of your NFTs. So what this script did was you would get one and then you would end up with about 10 NFTs from this person. So it would look like this guy's moving units. Like if Snoop Dogg buys 10 of your NFTs, that's bullish. You know what I mean? That's bullish. So pretty soon people figured it out pretty quick. And now rather than that person slowly making a name for themselves, they have been, I think, frowned upon by the community. I don't think the community's fucking with that dude no more. Oh, brother's home. Brother's home. Let's see what he's talking about. For another example, there's a dude that used to be, his name was, I think, Nate. He would have some say over what went on the OpenSea front page. And what they discovered from reviewing the blockchain was that before featuring a collection or an artist on the front page, he would actually stock up on an NFT from that collection. So basically, if you get on the front page of OpenSea, that's a pretty bullish situation right there. You're probably going to sell some units. So if he's setting you up to be able to sell some units after purchasing some of your units, it's kind of putting him in a position to get them before there's demand for them, and then create the demand by putting them on the front page. But they figured that out pretty quick, and I think he resigned. I think he was the only person that was like doing good customer service during that time period. So it's kind of a lose-lose there. But you know, can't have no insider trading, none of that, you know what I mean? So yeah, the blockchain makes it easy to at least track what's going on. There was a person that he had, I think, bought a crypto pump. What was it? It was like some ridiculous amount. I think it was like 500 million. Now let me check this. Let me check my facts here. Make sure my facts are good. You know, sometimes I'll be having less than good facts. If I could remember which one it was, that would probably make it a little bit easier. It was pretty recent. Let me see. Yep. Yeah, 532 million for CryptoPunk 99.98. What they figured out pretty quick was that he had done a flash loan and sold it to himself, and then I don't know. It was something sketchy. But the point is that the blockchain is verifiable, and honestly, if you ever wanted to know what, let's say, the government is doing with your money, the absolute best way to track that would be by forcing all of their transactions to be put on the blockchain. What? Same thing with charities. You don't want to be donating a whole bunch of money to a charity and find out that the Haitians didn't end up getting it. And instead they got trafficked. You don't want to donate to a charity that takes your money and then uses it to traffic. So the blockchain can prevent that type of confusion. And the ledger is verified by multiple people, and that's why we pay so much money in gas to get that verification, to get that stamp of confirmation on the timeline. Yeah, this gun rips. fuck? Then a lot of other people will say, what's the point? What's the point of paying for something that doesn't actually exist in the real world? Well, that's only accounting for a certain portion of the NFT market. There's plenty of NFTs. For example, I'm pretty sure that if you had bought a Beeple NFT, it came with a physical print and a lock of his hair. So you would get digital ownership and a physical product. So you could actually sell the NFT on the secondary market and still have the print. And the lock of hair. I'm afraid. Oh shit. Oh shit. Here. Damn. And there was a socks NFT where if you bought it, you would get sent a pair of socks. That was pretty cool. And so on another note, on that same topic, there's plenty of people buying skins on Fortnite, and really, if you think about it, once the next game comes out, the next console comes out, I mean, probably people have bought stuff on the previous Call of Duties and can't use it on the new ones. So that didn't do them no good. And they paid money, and now that item is obsolete. But if it was on a system where it was tied to your wallet rather than a specific game, then you'd be able to carry your assets, to any game or to any situation that is built to accommodate it, which more and more things are starting to follow that trend. I mean, even Facebook. About 2 weeks ago, I told my mom, told her I was trying to prepare for the metaverse, and I think that she was concerned for her mental health. A lot of people hadn't heard of what a metaverse is, or that it was coming. But fortunately, Facebook took the lead on that, and very soon after I had mentioned it, Facebook changed their entire name to Meta. So I mean, at this point, I was super hesitant to explain this market at all to some of the people that I know in person, because how do you tell someone that you're investing in something that doesn't physically exist? Well, they got to be the right type of person. And even when they are, like for example, someone that understands the difference between, you go to the dollar store right now, you can get a pack of trading cards. And that has significantly different value than Shadowless Charizard First Edition. And people that understand trading cards, they understand that type of non-fungibility. But even some of the people that understand that think that NFTs are either a scam or money laundering. It's hard to wrap their heads around this being a legitimate evolution to that market as a whole. For me, it was pretty much common sense and something that I had already been anticipating. And not only the digital ownership portion, but also the fact that these digital items would carry over into an ecosystem, an atmosphere, some sort of place. And I was actually starting to prepare assets for this type of situation back around 2015, 2016. Something told me to not focus so much on the physical portion, on the localized portion. What can I do with my hands? In this world type portion, but what type of experience can I produce for people? And so one of the projects that I got to work on was the Droid Squad. Which was a project for basically, my background is a lot of music, and so I have hung out with, I've been in rock music situations, I've been in reggae music situations, I've been in rap music situations, and what I've noticed about all these situations is that they're all extremely limited. The traditional way of doing it is extremely limited. For example, it's probably best for an artist to stick to one genre, get a following, and then see if they're able to branch out. But with the metaverse and that type of atmosphere and environment, one group of people could explore a variety of genres, a variety of personas, and a variety of dimensions of either their music or the persona of the artist, because a lot of what drives an artist is their persona. So if, let's say, your persona's not doing too hot, and your songs are not super awesome, you can branch out into a whole different genre. And here's the thing about it is, people take themselves very seriously as artists. That's a huge problem. It doesn't let them have fun, and the fun is where magic happens. Third place, A. So basically, what I figured was, and I had gotten this Adobe software to be able to do motion tracking with character puppets and everything, and I wanted to set up a network, a network of artists and people that are entertaining to, my shit froze, to basically make assets for them and have them populate a catalog of media. So I would have a guitar player persona in a rock band narrative. That one was called Animal Kingdom. It was going to be sort of like Looney Tunes mixed with Spinal Tap. Then Droid Squad would be sort of like Loiter Squad or Wu-Tang, but with droids kind of similar to like the stuff you'd see on Star Wars. But you know, there's all kinds of droids out there. Android 17 and 18 from Dragon Ball Z. And basically, rather than market yourself as a single artist, you would have the opportunity to design entertaining narratives, storylines, plots, and then put your work in those narratives and plots. I mean, how many video games and movies, TV shows, you know, do we have songs from that we didn't know we liked, and then we heard it in a certain spot, a certain medium, I mean, like for example, Metalocalypse. A lot of people like that shit. Fucking MCP Pants from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. You know, I don't know if somebody could have actually went out there and marketed themselves as that artist, you know, personally. But because it was a cartoon of a spider in a diaper, you could have fun with it, and you could write things or say things that are artistic and fun without it having to reflect on you personally. And then if that doesn't work out or you get bored of it, you're not tied to that catalog of work during your next endeavor. Your next endeavor can be completely separate. People might not even realize it's the same individual. So like if I was in a rock band, but I wanted to produce beats, and it was just not, those two projects weren't meshing or something, then I'd just be able to introduce it as a whole different persona and character. You would have the chance to really, I mean, people could get really into the whole satire or kayfabe thing, which I think is valuable. Personas are more entertaining than most people. I think a lot of YouTubers will agree that their YouTube persona is not the same as their in-person persona. And they get the chance to let loose on YouTube or whatever. Sheep holding on. I gotta get back up to that 6. Why? Or here's just a plain old regular old example. What if you want a rap battle, but it's just too easy to beat you based on physical traits? I mean, unless you're crimp fugly, most people are self-conscious about things. or it's just a pain in the ass to get shit going. Ooh, he thought, wow. Metaverse will at least let you pick where you're starting from, to an extent. So fast forward to just last month, I had given up on this project because everybody had told me basically it was done. I tried to learn how to paint. Foolish endeavor. If I had just stuck to making these assets, I would have been prepared. So I stopped working on it, and then I learned about NFTs pretty much. I see where it's going. I see that this is the ridiculously monetized version of what I had in mind, and I mean, it made perfect sense though, because the pandemic showed us that we were ready for something like this, because we were all at the crib, and even our jobs were online and shit. A lot of money went into the streaming industry, the YouTube industry as a whole. And one of the things that I pictured was that this would create squads. This would create like digital neighborhoods almost. Like, you know, this group of people would be known for this, you know, body of work, and there'd be all the things that go with that. Maybe other similar bodies of work, either collaborating or, you know, having a friendly feud. Which friendly feuds I think are slept on marketing tools. That's the meta. If you're in a band for a year and it's not working out, you guys need to pretend to not fuck with each other and put out material alluding to that, and then just build a narrative. Just make some shit up. It's way more interesting than just rock band. Here's their songs. Come on, sheeby weeby. Sheebity weeby. Sheeby weebies. That apparently some dude signed in to OpenSea, and they were signed as Andy Milanakis. Huh. What the fuck? Where everybody go? Oh shit, oh shit. So yeah, one of the things that I anticipated was if things went down the way that they would, then there would be communities of like-minded people, either that knew each other locally or just through the the workings of their craft. And the collections such as CryptoPunks and Bored Ape Yacht Club, those are not so much creative communities as so far as in everybody is creating something, but there's a lot of creators that are happy to create around their purchased ape, and then just the regular people that just bought and are happy to hold theirs. All these people are engaging with each other as if they're a community that has like instant, respect and sort of like a brotherhood with each other. Also, if you're not on Twitter, checking out the NFT space, you're probably using social media for the wrong purposes. And Facebook just came out admitting that their platform is bad for the mental health of especially young girls. And I mean, I hadn't been using Facebook or Facebook or Instagram too much, because it was pretty much that. It was I don't know, the extremes of what people's lives were like, what they thought. It was just the extremes, I felt like. And memes, lots of memes and extremes. That's my boy. Ooh. Ooh. So long, gay Bowser. For example, these I don't know if it was just the apes, or if it was the apes and CryptoPunks or whatever. I think it might have just been the apes. They organized a whole get-together in New York. Like one night, I think they were on a yacht. Other night, they're like opening a gala of like fucking crypto art. And a lot of these artists do have physical bodies of work. Not only that, but one of the things that, for example, my mom was always pushing was physical products. Like you got to make a Snoopy that people will want on a mug and on a shirt and on a phone case, whatever. Hearing about NFTs kind of made it seem like it was one or the other. Either where they at? I don't have any idea if that was me. But rather than it be one or the other, I see people just straight up they buy a ape and then they're getting shirts and sweaters and hats and rugs and nice shit like with that ape on it. I saw one dude, he got a CryptoPunk and he built fucking, he built one like outside of his house, which he fucking humongous, and that's driving the economy. And rather than for example Fortnite skins, money just going to Fortnite or whatever, and then them being basically a massive middleman to whoever else is making these skins. With crypto, there's people that are making their own. For example, they're making their own wearables to be used in ecosystems such as the sandbox. You go on there, you see Snoop Dogg's got his own collection and shit. Yeah. Get up out of here. Heal him. And you can make an NFT do a lot of different things. Ja Rule put out an album in NFT format where I think some of the buyers get to earn royalties. Oh no, what have I done? Fourth place. Oh no, a little battery. Yeah, so for example, Ja Rules, if you were a certain person to purchase this album, I think one of the first, certain number of people to purchase this album or pre-order the album, then on the smart contract attached to that NFT, you would actually be entitled to a certain percentage of the royalties that album made. So you would imagine if your favorite artist, you had their CD and you got paid for buying that CD. That's dope. Another music NFT example is a lot of people are selling the stems to music for people to be able to use. So basically it eliminates the whole buying beats type thing and trying to license samples and stuff like that. You can just do it a lot more directly if you purchase it in NFT format, because it's all smart contract. You could also write a smart contract to be able to do things like donate or to send money to other people. Also, on secondary sales, meaning if you sell something to somebody and that person ends up selling it again to somebody else, you can still get paid commission or royalty basically on that second sale if your smart contract is set up to do so. And another example of what the NFTs are capable of doing, the VeeFriends, the Gary VeeFriends NFT, it also serves as a ticket to attend one of his conventions, one of his speaking conventions. So rather than just selling tickets to Ticketmaster, now you can, sell an NFT that counts as the ticket, that this is, this is admission. And not only that, but it can be something that you have proof of, and that you have, if they choose to make a piece of artwork on it, it could be like a very nice piece of artwork, and it doesn't even have to have all the ticket stuff on it. It could just be on the metadata and be represented by a really nice piece of art. You would have that in your wallet. Now, if you do decide to dabble into this stuff and you haven't done so before, make sure to write your passwords down in a secure spot, and don't be using all the same passwords for everything. And make sure not to be betting more money than you can afford to lose. This was never financial advice. It will never be financial advice. That sheep didn't move at all, son. That sheep did not move a bit. But alright, y'all. Gotta put the computer to charge, preach.